So good morning all of you. This is Sujata Sharma, Assistant Professor of Zoology, again here to explain you next system of frog regarding its excretory system. You all know this system is meant for excretion and osmoregulation. Excretion means removal of metabolic waste from the body, and osmoregulation means to maintain water and salt level constant in our body. So let's see the parts. Very simple system. In frog body, this system is made up of just 4 parts. It contains a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder, and lastly a cloaca. Now see in the diagram. In the diagram you can find over here there are present, these are kidneys. Okay, that flattened organ, one pair of kidneys. Just below kidneys I have made a pair of ureters. Then there is a single bilobed urinary bladder which opens to outside by special that chamber called cloaca, and opening of cloaca I have labeled over here. This opening of cloaca we are calling it cloacal aperture, which is marked at the hind end. Okay, now just you see in the diagram of kidney, in the diagram you can find over here the kidney are flattened organ. Okay, they are somewhat flattened organ, otherwise they are dark red in color. See their inner border, you can find their inner borders are lobulated, they have lobed inner border. Outer border is somewhat flat. Just over the kidney you can find this red colored band. This red colored band that I have drawn, it is nothing but adrenal gland. Adrenal you all know, also called suprarenal, one of the gland present on the kidney in vertebrates. So frogs also carry a pair of adrenal present just on the ventral surface of kidney. Now you all know kidneys are made up of special structures, and those structures we call them nephron. So here also you could see kidneys are made up of structures called nephrons. Let me tell you, nephrons are also called uriniferous tubules. There is one more name, we also call them uriniferous tubules. Just see the structure of nephron. A nephron consists of this cup shape area, this cup shape structure, and this cup shape structure we are calling it Bowman's capsule. Just inside Bowman's capsule you will find this network of capillaries, and this entire network of capillaries we are calling it glomerulus. Let me tell you Bowman's capsule and Malpighian body. So a nephron is made up of Bowman's capsule and glomerulus, which is the anterior part. Just below Bowman's capsule you can see a neck is labeled. This portion that I can label, it is labeled already there, we are calling it neck. And after that this entire part, it is nothing but tubular part of nephron. So a nephron has 3 parts. One part is Bowman's capsule with glomerulus, second part is short neck, and third is tubular part. See Bowman's capsule, it is lined by squamous epithelium, flat cells are there, and in the neck and cuboidal region you can find cuboidal cells are there. So just like other vertebrate kidney, nephron is the filtration unit of kidney. It is there to filter the blood, and you can see over here a nephron is getting blood supply through 2 arteries, through 2 blood vessels in frog. One you could see over here, this is renal artery we have made. Okay, on the right hand side there is renal artery. Renal artery enter nephron in the form of afferent arteriole, making up glomerulus, and come out in the form of efferent arteriole. The efferent arteriole again come out, it will form the entire, you see, capillary network around the nephron, and this capillary network joins another vein called renal portal vein. Renal portal vein and renal artery, their capillaries join together and make up renal venule. Okay, and all renal venules together join to form renal vein. This renal vein then open outside coelom through a structure called nephrostome. Got it? So nephron of frog is very simple, made up of Bowman's capsule along with the glomerulus. Together we are calling them Malpighian body. Again and again I am telling you, these two structure together we call them Malpighian body. Then there is short neck after that, and third tubular part. The nephron is getting blood supply through renal artery that make up glomerulus and come out as efferent arteriole, and other blood vessel renal portal vein also join it, and they together make up venule. The venules make up renal vein, which opened outside the coelom by apertures called nephrostome. Now you see the tubular part of nephron is going down, and after going down it joins another tubule called collecting tubule. Now this can be seen in another view. Just see one more diagram. In this diagram you will be getting internal structure of kidney, and let me tell you, it is structure of kidney particularly in male frog. Here kidney is associated with the reproductive organ, that is testis also. You can find over here I have labeled nephron. These all are nephron. Nephron, they are made in the diagram, these coiled structure, they all are nephron. Nephron gave rise to this collecting tubule, and see this collecting tubule. On one side collecting tubule is joining a special canal. This is Bidder's canal. Again and again I am telling you, Bidder's canal is found only in male. Okay, and what Bidder's canals are doing? Just see, Bidder's canals are connected to testis. They are connected to testis through these minute ducts I have labeled. These are vasa efferentia. These are vasa efferentia. So Bidder's canal is connected to testis through vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia brings sperms to Bidder canals, and finally Bidder canals join the collecting tubule of nephron, and they open into ureter. So I want to say ureter in male frog. These ducts in male frogs, they are quite special. We call them urinogenital ducts, not in female, but in males. Remember, ureters are said to be what kind of ducts they are? I told you they serve as urinogenital ducts. Why they are urinogenital ducts? Because they conduct both. They conduct urine as well as sperm. So in male frog, particularly in male frog, kidney has Bidder's canal also, and that Bidder's canal is connecting to the collecting tubules of nephron and finally open into ureter. And ureter in male frog carries both. It carries sperm as well as urine. That is why we are calling it urinogenital duct. So whatever function is done by kidney, you know, kidney is there for the filtration of blood. So kidney filters the blood, it will separate the excretory waste, and that urine is then collected by ureter. From ureter, urine comes down, it comes to urinary bladder. I told you it is a bilobed sac present in the hind end of body. So bladder is there for the temporary storage of urine. It has a muscular wall, and finally bladders open to outside through aperture called cloacal aperture. At hind end in the frog body there is a common chamber. The common chamber we are calling it cloaca, and let me tell you that common chamber cloaca, it serves for exit of sperms, that is for gametes, and also for urine, and moreover for fecal matter. So you can say cloaca is the common chamber for three systems. Okay, it's a common chamber for receiving anus, which is an exit for digestive system. It is also there to receive urinary duct, that is a part of urinary system, and it is also there to receive genital ducts, which are the parts of reproductive system. So cloaca is a common chamber that receive anus, urinary ducts and genital ducts, and serve as common aperture for the exit of fecal matter, for urine, as well as for the gametes. Okay, so frogs have very simple excretory system, just made up of kidneys. Kidneys are made up of nephron. Nephrons are again very simple. They don't have PCT, DCT, other parts. Then second part, ureters, one pair. In males we call them urinogenital ducts, as they carry both gametes and urine in males. In females they don't have such function. Third part I told you, bladder is there for the storage of urine, and finally last part is cloacal aperture, which is an opening of common chamber called cloaca. So thank you very much everyone. This is all about this system. Again, lastly, do subscribe my channel Biology